Hey everybody, it's Alan. Hope that you are doing well. December 26th, 1999, Curtis Mayfield passed away. Talk about a songwriter with social conscience. The man was the social conscience of a generation. He was not afraid to speak his mind and write songs that were very much politically oriented and motivated, trying to do better for his fellow man. And here's a great example, a song called Little Child Wandering Wild.
Control, I'm told, from across the track. Where is the mayor who make all things fair? He lives outside our polluted air. And I didn't have to be here. You didn't have to love for me while I was just a nothing child. Why couldn't they just let me be, let me be, let me be, let me be? I'm sorry, son, but all your mind is gone. Painful rip in my upper hip. I guess it's time to take another trip. Don't care now what nobody say. I gotta take the pain away. It's getting worse a day by day, and all my life has been this way. Can't reason with the pressure man. Finance is all that he understands. You junkie mama cries, you know, would rip her, but I love her. for soul.
Song's going to make me go off into a tangent. So, obviously, I know this was used in the Superfly soundtrack. It was clearly written long before what I'm about to talk about. But I watched a documentary not terribly long ago, actually this month. It was on HBO. It was a 3-part documentary called Murder in Boston. And it was incredibly well done. Incredibly well done. I'm from the New England area, just about 40 minutes outside of Boston. And I remember the incident that the documentary was about. Basically, it was about the 1989 murder of a woman named Carol Stewart. And the documentary did a really wonderful job. It was a 3-part documentary. And each part of the documentary sort of focused on certain aspects of the actual situation, the case. Basically, the first part talked about sort of the racial and racist aspect of the city of Boston, especially throughout the 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s. The second part talked about the actual crime case that had happened. And then the third part talked about the reckoning of what had happened, and sort of it explored the nature of Boston's coming of age. Look, I can't deny that there wasn't, and to a certain extent isn't, some racial aspects of Boston that I'm not proud of, because I'm you know, it's passed back in the 50s, 60s, and 70s, the busing crisis, and just sort of the segregation that was going on in a city that essentially gave birth to the entire country, which is what Boston did, whether you like it or not. It's true. Had these dark sides to that city. And I promise you this much, it's gotten a lot better than it was prior to this, but it's a really interesting documentary, and it makes me think. I mean, we all need to reflect back on our own skeletons, our own actions, our own misgivings about things that have happened in the past, and realize that we can change as a society and as a person, as a people, you know. And it starts by little increments, realizing humanity, realizing that in the grand scheme of things, we are all the same. We're all made up of the same primary elements. We all pump red blood. We all have basically the same number of bones in our body. You know, we are all basically one entity. And once you start the ability to see people as you would see yourself, and stop trying to separate yourself, for better or worse, in the light of other people, then we can actually all come together as a group and work towards better goals and making the world a better place, and making the world more sustainable and livable and a happier place all the way around. Obviously, right now, the world's in tremendous amount of conflict, and there are some really, really, really dark times that we're going through in certain parts of the globe, but also just the geopolitical aspect of things. And if I had one wish, it would be that people would actually realize that we're really not that different. You know, I've said it before and I'll say it again. We were born human. People choose ideology. People choose a religion. People choose to be in a place. But we're born human. We are all born exactly the same. Okay? You have to be blind to things like skin color and other things, because when it all comes right down to it, if you turned us all inside out, we'd all look exactly the same. It's just fact, okay? And if we start caring about each other just as much as we care about ourselves, the world will be in a lot better place. Unfortunately, this aspect of human nature that's become prevalent over, well, generations and centuries is greed. And greed is actually the downfall to all of us. That social interaction, that I want what you have, I should have more, I, you know, that right there will cut the legs out from under humanity. And, you know, the earth will be here long after humans are wiped off, like the pestilence that we actually are. You know, earth will continue to go on. But humanity has only the chance that we allow it to have. And that chance is purely based upon understanding and willingness to help one another, putting ourselves in others' shoes and trying to do what's best for everyone. And I know that sounds like a socialist thing to say or whatever. You can think about it any way you want to. But tell me the truth. If you had the opportunity to do better by your family, you would, right? You know, would you give from yourself to better your family? Would you take care of your family if you had the opportunity to take care of your family? Most of us, I would hope, would say yes. Yes, we would. You know, I mean, my sister right now is going through hell with a back surgery that went okay, but she's still dealing with the after effects, including an infection that hopefully will clear up sometime soon. But if I could make all of that pain go away, I would do it in a heartbeat. You know, even if it meant me suffering, I'd rather have her healthy and me go through hard times than you know, me skating along and not, you know, giving a damn, because I can't do that. That's not who I am. Well, in the grand scheme of things, when it comes right down to it, because we are so similar to one another all the way around, why are we so willing to help a certain group and not help another certain group? Why are we so willing to look at our immediate surroundings and not necessarily willing to look at the overall surroundings? And there's a simple answer: greed. Greed, greed, greed. And that right there will be the end of us if we don't do something to curtail the greed of, you know, for lack of a better term, the haves, who are really not giving a damn about the have-nots. Like I said, this is going to make me go off on a tangent, and that's what I find with a lot of Curtis Mayfield stuff. It really is music to think about. It's very, very impressive ability to put social commentary into amazing music. And it hooks you in, you know, the music, the feel, the vibe, the soul of it all hooks you in. And then you're listening and you're paying attention, and maybe, just maybe, you're thinking. Not all music makes you think. With that said, hope you all enjoyed this. Forgive my tangent. Please feel free to leave a comment in the comment section. We can talk about it further. Just know that I appreciate you, and I wish you well. Take care.